This is the Eyoyo Bluetooth barcode scanner. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user manual and a bunch of accessories here. First and foremost, you get the USB cable, USB to USB-C, as you see there. And it's a nice long cable as well. You can plug it in USB or drive it using Bluetooth. Over here is a couple of Velcro straps for use with the finger trigger. I'm going to show you this more in depth later. That goes to a USB-C connector there. They give you a lanyard. This can go around your neck or something, and it's extendable. As you see, it pulls out like that. This is sort of like a hand glove type thing, and the scanner will mount in that. I'll show you more about that. And here is the barcode scanner itself. That's it. Just a little guy like that. So this will scan 1D barcodes. What's a 1D barcode? A 1D barcode is a regular barcode that you see on anything. I'll show you an example. This is a 1D barcode, one dimension. The QR codes, the square things that you scan with your phone, it will not scan. It only will scan regular barcodes, will not scan QR codes. But there are millions and millions and millions of products out there that have regular one-dimensional barcodes. They're on practically everything out there. So anyway, let me show you how the glove goes together with the finger trigger and all that. And of course, I'll set everything up. We'll do a nice demonstration. So we'll start with the glove. As you can see here, you can wear this. This works left or right hand. Scanner just slides into that like that. You have your button on top that you can scan with. Press that to make the red beam go out. You've seen that at stores and whatnot. But it also has a finger trigger, as you see here. That just runs in and is plugged in behind like that. So we'll turn the unit on. You have to press a button to wake it up. It can be either this one if you have it hooked up or this one. So it wakes up. Now obviously I have nothing connected to this, so it's just scanning and vanishing. But you'll hear the beep like you would in a store. So I can use the little trigger over here that I have. You know, sometimes you don't get a good read. You try it again. So as you can see, you can do that, or I don't know if you can see the red light. You can if I press the button on it like that. Or we can just do without this whole thing, and you can just have this little guy. So let's get a computer and hook this up, and we'll talk more about that, battery life, all that kind of great stuff. So let's start with the Bluetooth stuff. So I'm going to use a tablet here. I have my Bluetooth settings open here. We're going to just go ahead and turn that on, wake it up right there. So the blue light is flashing. I'll hit refresh on the tablet. There we are. And here it is right here. So we'll pair up with that just like you would any other Bluetooth item. So I'm zoomed in on the tablet screen just because it's easier to see. Here is the scanner. And here is the barcode that I'm going to be scanning. So I'll try to do it right here so you can kind of see. And there it is. You see how that came up. Let me scan it a bunch more times. Obviously it'll say the same thing each time. Pretty nice. Now I have the barcode scanner hooked to the computer using a USB cable. Yes, this laptop looks ancient, and that's because it is ancient. In fact, it may be older than you. However, it still has a USB port and works just the same. So you could have a really old computer and need to implement barcodes. So we're going to take this one here, which reads 042-187-002507. Scan, and there it is. exactly as I said. Here's this one here. And this one here. Done. And what's really nice about this, it's hard for me to show you. I don't know if the camera will point it out. There you can see the beam there. What's actually happening in here is the laser that's in here is being driven by an actual motor. If you hold this to your ear, there's a little tiny motor that spins it and makes it out into a line. Some of the cheaper barcode scanners out there use an LED array, and by doing that, they just have such poor performance in scanning stuff. Here's something we haven't even scanned before, and in fact, this has two barcodes on it. One that came from the store, which scans just fine, and one that I made, and that scans just fine also. Of course, it's the same number, and you know, that's all readable right there, but that scanned just perfectly without any problem. So you can scan all kinds of stuff, anything around. Here's another one off camera here. We'll scan that. Yes, it's a different looking thing. It doesn't follow the same UPC numbers, but nonetheless it's there. Here's one. There's that. And let's see what else I have. Here's something here. Just whatever barcodes are around. I got even another one right here. So all kinds of stuff that you can scan. Here's a bottle. There you go. So it can handle any type of barcode out there, standard one-dimensional barcode as such. And there's also more that you can do with this as well. The scanner can also be programmed using, you guessed it, barcodes. So what we have here is a proprietary barcode right here, and it says that'll show us the battery level of the scanner because it can be used without a wire. We'll scan that. Look at that. Battery 100%. And then you can restore everything back. We can get the version information. That's all right there. But another cool feature of it is it has something called storage mode. So that's over here. So you scan the storage mode barcode. Okay? Now what's going to happen is we're going to scan this and nothing will show on the screen. That's because the scanner is holding that data. Now I'll scan this one. Now I'll scan this. And now I'm going to just keep scanning it. And now I'll go back in the book right where I was, and right below that you can go and have it upload the data. So when I scan that, take a look at the screen. There's all the stuff that I scanned. So it can store the barcodes and upload them later to the host machine. The storage feature is a really, really great feature. You can change the beep as well. You can turn it on or off, but you can do 3 different volumes. Low volume, medium, and high. I'll leave it on high just so we hear that. And you could set a sleep timer, and also you can append characters to the information that you scanned. That is going to be important for certain databases or point of sale systems. So you can have it append a CR, an LF. What's a CR and an LF? Well, if you know why you would need this stuff, you know that CR stands for Carriage Return and LF stands for Line Feed. In fact, the scanner is currently configured to append a Carriage Return and Line Feed, because once it quote-unquote types this information into the machine, the cursor would be right there. If it does a Carriage Return, it's going to return the cursor right here. But if it does a Carriage Return and then a Line Feed, it goes to the next line, which is right there. Without that, then the data is going to go right there. You know, if you turn off the carriage return and line feed, it's going to go right there. So you can configure that. And if you need a tab or something else like that for whatever your POS system is using, you can do that. You can also set continuous scanning mode. So we'll scan that barcode, and notice that the laser stays on. So if I take this and scan it, there it is. Just like that. And then you scan the other barcode and it'll turn that off, and the laser will go off, and it'll go back to normal where you press the button. You can add a prefix and a suffix. So this gets a little complicated. We're going to add a suffix. So we'll scan that, and now it wants us to find the barcodes for what we want to add. A, B, C. And then we scan this, and now it's been programmed. So now when I take this, it's going to get all these numbers and add ABC. See that? No matter what you scan, it's always going to add ABC to it, because that's what we programmed in. So you see the numbers are all different because it's 3 different items, but it adds that. And again, that's going to be dependent upon what software that you are using, what database you're using, anything like that, for full compatibility with just about any program out there. The same as if you've ever been a cashier and your scanner didn't work and you had to type everything manually or ring everything manually using a keyboard. It's the same thing. This automates the process of keying everything in, and it scans right every time when it does register and read the actual barcode. And if you royally screw everything up, or the software you're using changes, you can reset back to defaults, and it went and reset, it disconnected, and has reconnected, and now we can just take this and scan as usual, and it's just our regular numbers. Now earlier I showed you the tablet and connecting Bluetooth. If you have a computer with Bluetooth built in, you can of course pair it with your computer and use this wirelessly, as it were. And remember, they gave you that nice lanyard with a little extendy thing on it right here, so you have that to put around your neck. That pulls out, or it actually even has a belt clip on it. You can take that off if you want instead. There it is. And just put that on your belt, and then your scanner can pull right out to scan whatever you need. What's really convenient about that is if you're going into a warehouse and don't have or don't want to use, because obviously this needs something to work with to send the data to, a computer, a tablet, a phone, something. So without that, you can put this into storage mode and then go into the warehouse with just this. Real comfortable. You don't have to carry heavy gear, a laptop or anything else, a computer on wheels, anything like that. Scan, 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 and then scan that other barcode in the book, and it will upload all of that to whatever device it's connected to. Now, if you use it over a USB connection like I have here, it's going to run indefinitely, but it does have a battery built in, and that can run for quite some time. Here's basically how it breaks down. It takes an hour and a half to charge the scanner. Once it's charged, you have 720 hours of standby mode. That means just sitting there, not scanning, not doing anything. And a 7.5 hour runtime. So for how long, what does it take? Not even a second to scan a barcode. Let's be generous and say a second per barcode. However that works into 7.5 hours, that's how long it's going to last. Under normal usage, depending on how much business you get and whatnot, this might run for a couple of weeks before it needs to be recharged. But probably if you are a high volume business, wouldn't be a bad idea to charge this whenever you remember on a more regular basis. So the Eyoyo barcode scanner is just as capable as the big boys out there. It does everything that any other barcode scanner I've ever seen, most notably by that big company that deals with these kind of characters. I'll let you figure that out for yourself without saying the name. Does everything that those scanners are going to do. Add the prefixes, suffixes, carriage returns, line feeds, tabs, whatever you need. Scans nice and quick. Works practically every time. There's always going to be a bad scan here and there, of course. And again, as I had showed you in the beginning with the glove that they give you, that the scanner fits in, and the little finger trigger for it, that's really handy if you're going to be, especially if you're going to be in a warehouse or anything like that. You can just wear that beep, 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 beep all day, and it'll just scan all that stuff, and then you can upload it to your database or POS system or whatever you use, whatever it is, inventory system, you name it. It does it all, and you can program it any which way you need, do everything, Bluetooth or USB connection, really long battery life. It has it all. Once again, this was the Eyoyo Bluetooth barcode scanner. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.